Greetings, ladies and gents, oddies, and all the in-betweens. I'm Crimson Slave, and we've made it through another Sunday. So, last video that I kind of had a few random issues with life. I would like to report on the thing that happened. I said my food problem was horrible. The person I live with happened to complain on my behalf, and due to her complaints about my food and my experience at Applebee's sent me a gift card for a little bit more than the money I spent. So there was that. I got hungry today after working out of nowhere, but I got a gift card, I spent it, so basically I got to get a meal half off. It was really, really cool. Plus, I was able to get wings for person, and that is how that all worked out. So, on the food front, that worked out. Now, I also heard that my car had issues. I am fortunate enough, in a few weird ways, that I had extra money sitting around. It's like savings. I had extra money in savings. So I was able to put a down payment on a $600 fix for my brakes. Because apparently I ran my brakes down to my rotors. My rotors needed to be replaced. And another fancy mechanic word that I don't actually know. But it ended up being $600 altogether. But luckily, I had enough money to cover all of it. So, my car is on the verge of being fixed fully. And that's worked out for me. So, I'm happy with those things. So, those are about things my week they figured out. So, throughout my week, a few things happened. I learned that last week, D&D died. Suddenly, abruptly, and it sucks. But, because of my logic and the things that I had going on in the background, I had this really cool idea for a different campaign. A campaign running on the edge of the campaign that I already written. A campaign that has characters slightly missing before or after events. And these characters would be going across the continent doing a really important job, which would be running parallel to the characters that are in my current campaign. So I'm going to start that, and that should be fun, and it will be a perfect time where my D&D campaign ended, and I'll be able to do a new one. So that's something I'm super excited about. And that also kind of worked out. So there's that. And I think next week we'll have our first session of that in our campaign 0. So I'm going to be happily DMing that session, and we'll figure out where that's going to go. So at least I have something going on. Now, this week, a few things that happened besides my random return or anything else. So I actually had the first week to go shopping, which kind of worked out. And while I was out shopping, I picked up a few things. I picked up this movie. This is the exclusive Target Target cover of Birds of Prey and the Fantastic Emancipation of Harley Quinn. So I picked this up Tuesday, added to my thing. The really cool thing is, along with it being this really nice cover, it also came with a free comic from DC Comics for Birds of Prey. So that's kind of cool that I got a free digital copy of Birds of Prey. So I'm going to add this to my pile here. Okay, you can't see it over here, but there's a little pile of DVDs and Blu-rays piling up on my desk that I'm just going to keep adding to. I think it's kind of funny. Along with that, I budgeted out my bills. I'm not broke or anything this week, so that's kind of cool. I decided to add to my Twitch collection, and I realized that while I'm here for this video, I don't have the game because I left it at Grell's house. So take our word on this. I got Moonlighter. Moonlighter is this fantastic game that I started playing because I played on my Xbox One X. It's a really interesting game where you are. It's an interesting game. So it's a game where you fill your own shop. And it doesn't sound weird, but hear me out on this. Moonlighter is a game where you are a shopkeeper and you sell random items in your shop. You get these items by dungeon crawling and fighting random bosses, and you are able to basically go on these grand adventures during the night to get more weapons and materials to make potions and give yourself money and craft. You also can craft items like swords and better versions of swords and shields, and it plays whatever character base of weapons that you like. I played it before. I got pretty far. I think I got to the second. I think I beat the second portal thing for it, and I played mostly with a sword and a bow and arrow. But there's also brawl. There's also claws. I guess because technically claws are brass knuckles. Close up attacks. There's also staffs, long swords, short swords, bows and arrows, and there's option to do both with elemental damage or regular attack and strength. It's really, really cool. I really like Moonlighter. And I saw that it was on Switch. I played a little bit of it while in, I guess, like, lax quarantine with, like, hanging out with Grell. So I was able to play it before. So, like, I love the game. So I have it on Switch now. Because I got it for Switch, and because I have a Switch. And, like, one of the cool things about Switch is it's amazing, it's portable. But I worry about stick drift very, very bad. So I got a wired controller from work. I can't see it right now, but, like, it's a wired controller that has Breath of the Wild version of Link on it, and it has a nice version of the new Triforce symbol on it. And I thought it was a really cool touch for a controller that I wanted to get. And it's, like, completely black. I know you can't see it, but, like, it has, like, really intricate things on it with the Sheikah aesthetic from that little game, Breath of the Wild, on it, that I really wanted, so I got the controller. And that's how I plan to play a lot of my action games on my Switch, like Forager, and Hollow Knight, and Into the Gungeon on my Civilization game on Switch, because I don't want to fuck up my Joy-Cons. Because I don't know when Nintendo's going to get production back on these things, but I don't want to fuck up my Joy-Cons and then have to have my thing bricked, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm not doing that. What is that? Today, that would be a weird day for me. But this morning, I got called into work suddenly. Sorry, I'll talk obviously. But suddenly, I got called into work. I had a really decent day. We had a new person at our job. It was really cool. And I had just like a decent day overall. My week was fun. Not much happened. I lied. Something did happen. So, one of the more interesting things that happened this week is the fact that the steps to the deck wore out. I mean this, like, I think in the middle of the night. Okay, so I had a really weird night this night. So the previous day, so I think this was Wednesday. So Wednesday I came back. Wednesday I came back home, and while walking up our front ramp, the support to the ramp fell to the ground, and then that happened, and that was like really, really off-putting. And yeah, the ramp part fell to the ground. It was really bad. The person I live with basically said, excuse me. The person I live with basically said, "Oh, it's fine." And she should realize that, like, the middle part fell apart, and it was really important to the deck. And it was like, "Oh, it's fine, probably." And I was like, "Sure, it's fine." I then, the day after that happened, I was cleaning my room up. I had to recycling, had to go out to the recycling bin. And as I walked out at like 3 or 4 in the morning, just walking super tiredly, I broke a board. Hilarious. Hilarious stuff. I was tired and like not giving a fuck about anything. But I broke a board on our deck, so like our deck isn't super supported now for the ramp getting into the house. And that kind of goes to this whole bigger thing with the deck like needing repairs and everything. And like I've got a pushback on, hey, I did tech theater. Hey, I built things. I knew a contractor. I built things with my family before. I can help repair your deck if you give me the materials for it. Which was always met with, I don't know, maybe not now. Money's tight. But now that like the deck is falling apart, I've gotten a green light to go to Lowe's and like replace all the boards. So I'm like super happy about that working out. So that's a cool thing that I'm going to be doing with my week next week, is just repairing a thing. Oh, I know I said that like I would use more social media for things like that, like my packages and everything. I found out like I did not remember where it goes to. I'm going to be adding a thing into my description, so I'm gonna like take more pictures and post it to social media. So like I'm actually gonna like have an official Instagram. I have an Instagram. I'm just gonna like post more things to it and like be able to like see these things. So like this week I'm going to be working on this deck and like have like before and after pictures of it. That's going to be like how that's going to be. That's going to be kind of cool. And that's what I'm going to basically do with my week this week. So before I go, there is one other thing I got. Technically, there's a sale at GameStop this week. I didn't know that. But like I forgot Code Vein. Forgot Code Vein. Sorry, I like it's not late for me. It's just like really like I wrote things down. I'm not like reading all of it. My phone turned off. But yeah, I got Code Vein this week. I got Code Vein like Monday or Tuesday, and I downloaded everything for it. I got the DLC for it. I got the DLC. I got the pre-order stuff for it. Super good. I played a nice long 5-hour session for the first thing. Yeah, that was super fun. I realized that like I was talking to my friend Rob. Yeah, I was talking to Phoenix most of that video, and you can't hear him, but he's there. But it does lead to a big one-sided conversation. But it was super good. It's 5 hours long. I know it's super bad. I did a second one, and that was supposed to be 2 hours long because I want to be able to play Code Vein in 2 hour settings. Just because that as a game that has so much die and repeat to it, I want to be able to play it succinctly in a way that like I can make progress per episode while not like making it super short, because I'm not at that editing point where I can like cut a 2-hour video up into like 4 episodes of like 30 minutes long. Not there yet. I'm going to play in 2-hour increments. That's going to be what I'm going to do. And I tried to do that for my second video, and as I was editing the chapter, I kind of started looking around for stuff. And when I looked around for stuff, I accidentally ran into a bunch of cutscenes, and that like kind of stressed out what I was doing to 2 hours to 2 hours and 43 minutes. So that video is kind of long, but I'm going to try to make them like 2 hours long going forward. But because a lot of people basically compared Code Vein to Anime Dark Souls, even though I think it's more in line with God Eater. And to prove that point, there's the God Eater content in the game, which is kind of was hilarious. And playing it does give me like this deep urge to like find God Eater for the PS4, because I haven't played God Eater since I borrowed it from my good friend Shepard, Erek Valkyrie, who has an amazing video currently up about her experience for reconsideration about Sakura War, which is really good. Um, there's that. But she let me borrow God Eater for the PSP, and I played that shit to death, and I haven't played God Eater since. So I kind of want to play more God Eater now that I have played more Code Vein. So I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna bleh. I'm going to do Code Vein as a series. So I'm going to do Code Vein once or twice a week. I don't know yet. I'm going to do once or twice a week in 2-hour increments. And I'm going to do that twice a week. And it's going to be my whole series until I beat the game. And because I have all the DLC, I'm going to keep that going until I beat everything. And I feel if I do 4 hours a week of Code Vein, and I get better at it, because my first video was kind of long because I ran into a boss fight that went nowhere for a little bit, and I was like, that was incredibly tough. And then I did my second sitting of the game and realized that I went past 2 whole other bosses that I could have fought and didn't. That had a lot more plot stuff to it, which meant that I should have ran into those fights first, which probably would have prepared me for the fight that I ended up being stuck on in the first video. So, be prepared for more Code Vein, and hopefully it'll be better. I have a lot more haze. Currency is haze. I have a lot more haze, and I'll be able to upgrade my stuff more since I'm getting a bunch of Queen's Iron, not Queen Steel. You'll understand that in my second video. That point, there's this. People really compare, when Code Vein came out, it was compared to anime Dark Souls, and I never thought that because it felt like God Eater to me. But because of that fact, I actually do like Dark Souls. I have Dark Souls 3. I think I have Dark Souls Collection Edition. Sorry, I have Dark Souls Collection. I do like Dark Souls. I like hard challenging games. But there's sale at GameStop. Until that sale, they had a little LED bonfire for Dark Souls of the bonfire. And I thought it would be kind of cool to have a new thing, because I like Dark Souls. I like Bloodborne more, but I like Dark Souls, and I decided to get a bonfire. I thought it would be kind of cool to have a bonfire. So I have a bonfire now. One of the most iconic things about Dark Souls as a whole. And it's on sale, so why not, right? So I have Dark Souls bonfire. I got Harley Quinn, the movie, Birds of Prey, and yeah, it's been an interesting week. Look forward to this week. There'll be another episode of Code Vein without any worry, because I'm still missing things to do. On top of that, on top of Code Vein, there will also be pictures on Instagram. I will add an Instagram link in my bio. So if anyone's interested in the future of looking at what I'm going through, or I'll be taking more pictures and uploading those pictures into Instagram for my random amount of pictures I take on a normal day, which is a lot actually, into Instagram, and I'll just be trying to be more chill. I'll get my car out this week. I'll be able to do some more interesting and fun things, so look forward to that. I had a decent week, and I hope next week will be as awesome. Also, before I leave and change again, this is my Persona shirt. I got a Hot Topic, I really like it, and I have all the Persona people on my shirt. Joker, Fox, Ryusuke, Skull, Queen. What was his name? Damn it, I forget his name, I know his actual name. I have Yusuke, I have Haru, I have Morgana, and I have everyone's favorite. So, there's that. The cool thing about this shirt is that's not just this thing. I have all the masks from the Phantom Thieves. So I actually thought it was a really nice touch when I actually sat down to buy this shirt, because it means that I have all the Phantom Thieves. I don't have the Phantom Thieves that could have been, which makes me sad, but I do have the Phantom Thieves on my shirt, and I do still have to play my nice collector's edition of Persona 5 Royal Edition. And I was super happy to have. Oh, I forgot. One thing I leave. I was super happy to find out that apparently we're going to get Persona 5S, which makes me even more happy, and I'll be happy to pre-order and pick up that huge pre-order when it comes out. Oh, with the week coming to an end, the random things coming out, so there probably will be a thing for it. I don't know if we're getting more and more shipment, but I do. I am excited for it because Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is coming out soon. I pre-ordered that, and I also pre-ordered this amazing box set for Dead Cells that's coming out soon. I'm gonna get that for my Switch. I'll be playing that. I can't stream that because I can't stream things for my Switch yet. But I'll be totally playing these new and random things as they show up. So there's all that. That was my entire week. My next week will be making things, fixing decks, and sleeping, and light amounts of work. I thank you all for your time. I hope you all stay safe and stay sane during the apocalypse. I hope that everyone has a good week, and I will hopefully see you all again next week with hopefully more great news. It's been a pleasure.